Hey Sarah, how you doing today?
I'm good, Fatboy. How are you?
I'm doing great. You seem to be in a very good mood today.
I feel like I'm always in a good mood.
But today it's like extra. Did you eat something nice for breakfast or what? What's going on?
No.
Why are you so happy today?
I'm just
Did you wake up
happy.
to a sweet romantic text from
Absolutely not. That
someone
would
who's
have
been ignoring
nice.
you?
That would have been. You know what? Yes, I did. But it wasn't today. It was like yesterday. And they did reach out and they're like, hi, how you doing?
Wow. Okay.
Are you alright? I miss you. Do you miss me? Kind of thing. It was a good boost for my ego.
Okay, so
But I don't need that kind of distraction in my life. I'm in a better place now.
are you the kind of girl that responds well to guys who ignore you and then reach out after like a long period of time? I know that some girls enjoy that kind of drama and cat and mouse. And for men, a lot of us think that that's how you keep a lady interested, is to not be super available. But how does it work for you? Because for some chicks, if you ignore her for even 2 days, she's on to the next dude.
It's a huge turn off for me, and I absolutely hate it, and it provokes the violence within me. So don't try and do that. Because
violence-
if you do that, I'm like those ladies. I will literally forget you.
Hold on.
If you don't text me in 48 hours, I don't know you anymore.
Right, and so you're on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Uh-oh.
Or on to other things to, keep me busy and distracted, because I do not like inconsistent people. That is like one huge turn off for me.
Well, it's been said that the way girls approach it is until there's a ring on the finger, you're single. So no one can claim you. Is that how
And
it
that's
is for
a
you?
fact, yes, because even my parents don't know you because you didn't put a ring on my finger. If I died, you would be standing under the tree with other people.
You'd be
You would not
in the
be
general,
in the exactly.
general public.
Yes,
Not
near
in
the
the
gate.
VIP section.
Not in the VIP section.
Ouch, man, you cold.
But it's the fact. It's the
So-
fact.
So do tell us what's popping today.
Well, Twitter is what's popping today, and they are defending Janet Jackson's honor. And this is after a K-pop fan dissed her performance style.
Wait. A K-pop fan dissed Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Why would they do that?
Well, they went on to say, basically what they were saying is that Western artists do not put in enough effort into their performances.
Ha!
And the conversation was sparked after one user complained about how Western artists simply don't bring enough heat while performing, and proclaiming that Janet Jackson dances like a chicken. To claiming that even the biggest names wobble on stage, and they're just not good to watch anymore. And the person also went on to say that Janet would go straight into cardiac arrest if she were to ever try to pull any other moves. Imagine, how dare
Well,
you?
I got 3 things to
How
say to that.
dare
First of
you.
all, that's very disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Janet Jackson literally defined pop music as we understand it today.
Exactly.
Her and her brother Michael, of course.
There wouldn't be K-pop
There
without
would-
Janet Jackson. Has some
There would not
respect.
be, like, for all these, and I'm guessing it's a fan of a girl group like
Yeah.
Blackpink or one of those funny K-pop groups. Look, those girls wouldn't exist if not for Janet Jackson, who paved the way for ladies to perform sort of choreographed dance routines.
Yeah.
I mean, just watch the videos that she was cranking out in the 80s
Yes.
or in the 90s.
Yes.
And please, with all due respect, she's now past 50. So don't expect her to run around and jump around stage as though she's still a teenage girl or a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
That's very unfair. But there is still a valid criticism about Western artists generally. I would have to agree that their stage performances these days are lackluster.
For instance, who would you point out?
Name them. Aside from Chris Brown
And
maybe
Beyonce.
and maybe Usher. Most
Yes.
R&B artists today, all they do is they get on stage, throw your hands up in the air, and they're just walking from one end of the stage
Yeah.
to the next,
Yeah.
while other people are doing the dancing in the background. They barely do any dancing themselves, and if they do, it's very sluggish.
Exactly.
When compared to K-pop artists, where for them their choreography is a lot more
Yes.
it's
They came to
extensive.
show out.
If you watch BTS,
Yeah.
they can really do some crazy things in their stage performances. But at the same time, their stuff is also a bit too
Choreographed, yes.
and almost seems robotic.
Yeah.
So if you've ever watched
That is
their
true.
performances, have you ever watched them on performing?
I think I have one time, but I was not too keen. But I have watched a few, music videos. They're very, very...
It's almost as if they've memorized
yeah.
the steps. Move 2 steps to the right, and then do a flip, move back, and then come in front, converge, spread out. It's like it's a bit too formulaic almost.
Yes,
and almost not very organic.
Yeah.
And so for all their faults, Western artists, at least there seems to be an air of, or a more natural vibe to their performances.
Yeah.
Than say a K-pop group or artist. So there you go. So what did Twitter do in defense of Janet?
This is what Twitter people had to say. One person said Janet Jackson's career is twice as old as K-pop's whole entire existence. And you are speaking on her with many question marks. That's what one person said.
So you mean people on Twitter?
Yeah, so now people defending her.
Okay, I see. All right.
And then another person did go on to say, and this is the Janet, just to be clear, is this the Janet Jackson that you're talking about? And this is actually a very iconic video. I don't remember the title of the song, but maybe you do.
Oh, that's Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation, exactly. They're like, this Janet Jackson, is this the one? And then another person went on to say 99.89% of them K-pop girlies can't even bend right. But you want to throw jabs at Janet Jackson?
So I think, and this is the problem. I think music fandom shouldn't act so adversarial towards one another. I mean, If you like your favorite group, enjoy them and their performances. If others like Janet or whoever else, let them enjoy. But this business of fandoms turning on each other, and in K-pop, it's quite vicious, actually. It is quite vicious. Like, you're never going to see Chris Brown fans and Usher fans bashing each other.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you see Taylor Swift fans and the Beehive. Those ones.
Yes, those ones keep going at each
Those
other.
ones are constant war.
Or the Beehive and Rihanna's fan base.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Have you watched the movie Swarm?
No.
It was directed, I think written and directed by, what's his name? Childish Gambino. What's his real name?
Donald Glover.
Yes. And it's basically... people think that it's actually relating to Beyonce. So there's basically the main actress. She's obsessed with a musician, and then she goes on this killing spree on everybody who attacks her.
Ooh.
Literally, she killed like 6 people in the movie. In the series. And it's a 7-part series. She killed so the musician she's obsessed with is called, is it Naya or something like that? Niger. Yes.
Sounds very interesting.
So she goes on to kill 7 people, maybe even more, because they spoke badly about her. But you find references to Beyonce in this series.
Unsurprisingly. I wouldn't put it past some of these K-pop group fans to do something like this.
Actually go on and kill each other.
I think it will not be
That's
long
wild.
before some of them commit certain atrocities. But it's such a shame, because music is supposed to unite everyone.
It is.
Shouldn't be dividing us, I don't
Exactly. And it shouldn't be that serious. Because why are you killing in somebody else's honor?
Because for a lot of people,
to protect someone's honor, it's wild.
You see, in absent normal religion, people have replaced Christianity or Buddhism or Islam now with idol
Celebrity worship?
They even use the word idol to describe the artists they like, in K-pop at least. So the BTS, Blackpink, these are idols. So they worship these people, you see.
But why?
Because
I want to understand why.
Because their lives are empty and they need meaning in their lives. And I think belonging to this cult, really, a lot of these fandoms are cults.
It is.
Gives them some sense of purpose. So not only do they devote so much time into their worship of these idols, but they also support them financially. The way a religious radical will give their savings to their pastor every Sunday, or give a portion of their earnings, so too do these K-pop fans spend money by mass purchasing CDs of their favorite artists so that they rank highly in the charts, or they'll spend all day streaming their songs on Spotify or on YouTube so that they can rack up more views, so that they can be able to say, well, my artist got 10 million views in a single day when she dropped her new video. How about your artist? What did she do? What did they do? And then it's competition. It's almost
wild.
it's almost pathological, to be honest.
It's wild.
But
it's sad.
It's very sad. But to Janet Jackson, I don't
Put
know.
some respect on her name.
Do you think though that she should also, as an aging artist, she should also understand that she can't still do the same things? Do you think maybe she's doing herself no favors by trying to revive her old performance styles? And
I don't think she's
is it
trying
time to let it go?
I don't think she's trying to revive it.
Because
I think she's still doing it because she's passionate about it and she loves
Let's
it.
be passionate, but
Yeah.
at some point it starts to look awkward. Like if you watch New Edition perform, like I don't know, lately Facebook has been feeding me a lot of New Edition performances in which Bobby Brown is just really struggling to keep up with the choreography. Like he dances a few steps and he loses his breath and he goes and sits down because he's now so old and so fat. Like, dude, look, if in your glory days you can dance and prance around the stage, allow us to remember that instead of watching us
you struggle on stage.
having us watch you really unfold before our eyes.
Or maybe they should
Unravel before our eyes.
or maybe they should just switch up the way that they perform. You know, maybe just have a platform they sing on and have younger people dancing around them. Or they can just be selective of the songs that they perform that is not going to, you know, make them have to, you know, run around the stage and do things and try and do cartwheels and stuff like that. But the thing is that I would still love to watch them. Just like when, what was that, those bands that came with the Safari Jazz, Kool and the Gang, that was very fun to watch. I went for that show.
If you are like more old school, like 70s, 80s type act, the choreography typically then was just a few steps.
1, 2,
here and there, right? That's easier. But like if your heyday was in the 90s, back when the dancing was a lot more aggressive, like you would the Running Man and stuff like that. I think when you clock 50, you gotta slow down on that because you're gonna you break your back. So if you watched Babyface, who tours a lot, and yet he's like 64 years old now, he keeps it easy, nice and easy.
He was not a dancer.
And he was never a really crazy dancer.
Yeah.
But even so, in his shows, he does do a little bit of dancing, but not in a way that puts too much strain. And I think he keeps it nice and groovy and simple to where people can still enjoy the vibe and him not put his own life at risk.
I remember when Guinea Wine came to Kampala and performed, I think it was at the Safari Jazz thing. It was very sad to watch.
Yeah.
It was. But we still love Guinea Wine and we were singing along word for word. But I guess they should just, you know, give us a more softer version of the performance.
I think so.
You get me? They shouldn't have to dance. Let them have people to dance for them because they can afford that now. And people have already bought the tickets, so nobody's going to get up and walk away. We still want to watch, you know, Celine Dion. I mean, she's still recovering. We still like to see Mariah Carey. Lady Gaga doesn't even dance as much now. She has a residency in Las Vegas.
Oh, does she?
Yes, she does. And
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins too.
For him, and I don't know if he's still performing. Maybe he retired, but I think in this more recent, could have been his last performance. He came out in a wheelchair.
Oh my God.
And he was performing. But that's that. So to the K-pop music fans, just put your guns down. Let's keep it civil and peaceful.
Yes.
Because we got a lot to say about your artists too. So don't get us started. We're being nice so far.